What is up, Motorfest racers? It is I, your wheelman, Alex Cornnut. We are here today with the Ford GT Ruby Edition in the Street Tier 2 class. This is my favorite car right now for grand racing. It is very dominant in the Street Tier 2 class. It's got a good top speed. It handles like a dream. It's planted, predictable. It gets in the gutters, hooks around the corners really well. I mean, it's really a very composed package deal. It lacks a little bit in its top gear. You need to make sure you save some NOS for 6th. But outside of that, it's really a banger, and I had to bring it to you guys. Asterisk on this one, I know not everybody's going to have this car. If you don't, I'm sorry. But for those of you guys that played the Crew 2, that did unlock this, and it did transfer over, this is the build you need to run, or I would recommend at least trying. It's super, super good. SakuraCommander locked it in. I made some subtle changes just for my own personal preference because I liked the way it handled a little better. Felt it was more predictable. At the end of the day, it's great, and so I really wanted to bring it to you guys. Let's dig into it, and let me show you what we're working with the Ruby Edition. Alright, as we go into the vanity options, like I like to always touch on, guys, there's nothing you can do with this one. Visual parts are off the table. That is locked completely. So, vanity parts, go make sure you slap on a set of tires that push those rims out a little further away from the body to give you the biggest footprint and the most grip that you can possibly get. That's how we tune the car, so I want you guys to be on the same playing field when we do that. Everything else, personal preference. For the pro settings on this one, you guys, final drive all the way long, so that way you get the most top speed with your slipstream and everything else. Front and rear grip is 100%, so no worries there. We're gripping and ripping. Brake balance, you're going to fade that to the back just a little bit, so it's 52 front, 48% in the rear, and then brake power 100% as we always do. For the aero, it's 100% both front and rear, so just keep that at 100%. Springs, you are plus 10 in the front, so all the way stiff, and then plus 7 in the back. So we're a little softer in the back. It allows the car to be very similar in the front and the rear. It doesn't have more on one side than the other. It's pretty balanced. I really like it. For the compression, it's minus 12 in the front, minus 3 in the rear, and then for the rebound, it's minus 9 in the front and minus 3 in the rear. For the ARB, that's the anti-roll bars. You're going to go 100% full stiff in the front, plus 10, and then plus 7 in the back. This is where I differ a little bit from SakuraCommander. He likes it at 7. I played with it at 5. I thought that turned in a little better, but it slid just a little bit. If you want to get rid of that slide, you might increase that a little bit. That's personal preference, but honestly, I try it with 7, and if you like it, set it, forget it, don't worry about it. Alignment, negative 0.20 in the front, so only negative 20 in the front, and then in the rear, we are full Beyonce, to the left, 0.25%. What this is going to do is give you a car that is very, very predictable. It turns in really well, and it holds its line. It doesn't slide around on you at all. I really like the way this car is set up. It's become my personal favorite. That's why I really wanted to share it with you guys. SakuraCommander and Airflows have been on me to make a video for it, and at first I didn't really care for it because it felt like it was a little sluggish, but then after actually driving it, I was like, actually, it's just as fast as everything else. It just doesn't feel that way. And it might be because it handles so good. It just feels like you're going slower than you really are. But at the end of the day, it's a banger. It sets lap times. You will see that all around the test track in just a moment. It's the fastest car that I've driven on the test track in Street Tier 2 so far. It's perfect. The chef's kiss. So shout out to SakuraCommander for tuning this one up. We've got a brand new little animation that my buddy Badger Murphy made for us, and it's the Cornnut Crew lab, and so you'll see SakuraCommander as we go through and enter the lab when we go into the test track. Just kind of a cool thing we got one of the guys doing. Guys, if you made it this far in the video, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Please like the video. That lets the algorithm pick it up and put it in front of others that watch Crew Motorfest content, because we want everybody to have the tunes and know who we are. And if you're not subscribed, please do that as well. That would help me out a ton. Outside of that, you guys, you have a great rest of your day. We will see you next time. Stay tuned for all the footage. Bye-bye. The test track is creating a legend. We're in the Ruby Edition GT. SakuraCommander and I really worked a lot on this one. I tuned it up, started playing with it in the grand race, and then came back to make a video on it because it became my favorite car. I usually wouldn't do a video on a car that is kind of exclusive to those that had the Crew 2. This one's too good to pass up. It's too good for me not to give you guys the tune. I like it that much. It's very, very good. It turns sharp. It has very good handling complexities when it comes to, like, put it in the corner, set it, forget it. You don't have to worry about it sliding out, getting really wild on you. It carries decent speed through the corners. It gutters really well, meaning when you hang 2 tires in the dirt, it's going to be there. It handles nitrous pretty well. Its biggest downfall is 6th gear. When you get into 6th, you need to have a little nitro with you to carry it through. Otherwise, it's going to feel really sluggish in that top gear. But slipstream, it's as fast as the Berlinetta is. And that's fast. So you have the ability to walk away from some of the other cars in the class. It draft and slipstreams really well. It looks good. It sounds good. If you have it, you should be driving it, because not everybody does have this car. It gets around this test track really fast. I shot footage of me doing a really good time, but I didn't have my mic turned on. I had my mic muted, and I really am kicking myself about it. So I wanted to be able to do footage where my mic wasn't muted and I wasn't just talking. And I could have talked over the run, but I didn't want to do that either. I like to do it in the moment to be, real with you guys. So I'm trying to kind of recreate that, and I've gotten close, but I'm now kind of like, well, can I beat it? So this is my 2nd attempt after I got that run. At the end of the day, what we know is a fast lap around this is like a 227. Faster than a 227 is absolutely threshing and would be the fastest car in the Street Tier 2 class that I've tested. This is a candidate for that. Its single lap, fast lap, is really fast, and how well it takes that section is really like the name of the game. I can't give this car high enough praise. It's got all the moving parts, and we are about to do a banger of a lap. Oh my god, 225.5 is far and away the fastest lap I've ever done on the test track. That's better than what the previous time was I did. Guys, this car is awesome. Now, things to factor in: the black sedan that's on the 3rd to last corner when we turn right into the chicane, that wasn't there, and so that allowed us to get a little better time through there, carry more speed. But our fastest lap was a 109.7, which is far and away the fastest lap I've done around this track. This is a very good car, and I'm very happy to show it to you. This tune is perfect. I'm so happy with it. SakuraCommander did majority of the legwork on it. I did a couple little tweaks just to get it in where I wanted it, and that's what I always bring to you guys as my personal preference. And outside of that, let me just show you what this thing does on the highway. We're on the highway. I want to show you guys kind of what the top speed looks like on this car. Pay attention to what the gears do and how the car accelerates. It bangs through the first 4, no problem. It's a little sluggish in 5th. 5th just feels like we're pulling a lot of mile an hour for not all that much speed. As we click into 6th, this is where the car kind of slows down a little bit. After we get to about 200, it just feels a little slow. This is when you're going to use your nitro. Now with nitro, this car gets it done. We're bouncing off the rev limiter. We're going about 230-ish right there is what it's saying. With slip, I've got around 243 with this car. So it doesn't stay at that top speed though, which is kind of like what I was talking about is one of the problems with it. It's not a bad car, but you need to be aware that its cruising speed's like 220-ish. And with nitro, you'll see like 237 right there. It's faster than that in slipstream. Like I say, you can get an excess of 240 with it, but it's not. I say it's as fast as the Berlinetta because it's close. It's a little slower, but I was side by side with one and I wasn't getting locked, so gives you an idea. I'll show you again going back the other way. It's fine. 1 through 4, great. 5th, little sluggish. 6th, that's where you need to use your boost to get the most out of it. So just be aware of that. It accelerates hard with boost. Its boost management is incredible. It definitely uses it very well and gets you up to speed. Alright, we're on the straightaway here. Let's crack open that. So 239, 240 right there. And in slip, I was going a little faster than that. So, like I say, it's on par. It just doesn't hold its speed quite as good as some of the other cars in the class. But if you've got some nitrous and some slipstream, it makes up for it. So that'll give you kind of an idea of what you're getting into. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I don't have a channel without you, and I appreciate you if you stayed this long into the video. that is the Ford GT Ruby. It's a banger. It's my favorite car, and I know that if you guys build it out, it'll probably be yours too. You have a great rest of your day. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.